Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your November reading. This is bracketed around a couple of lunations. The lunar eclipse, which just occurred towards the end of October while I'm doing this recording, was a new moon in Taurus and the new moon in Scorpio upcoming in the middle of November are the two lunations that are setting the tone for this reading. For those of you that know me, I use astrology a bit in my readings. Everything is based essentially on the phases of the moon, and perhaps there might be a time when I would talk more directly about that for those of you that aren't aware of how that can work in terms of setting time for our action. But astrology is all about timing. And as many of you also may know, tarot is essentially a timeless art. Whenever you find these messages, they are meant for you. And with the technology that we've now developed, this has changed drastically the access that you can have to any number of readings at any time. Having said all that, I want to let you know that if at any point during this video you find it useful or enjoyable, please like it. Please consider sharing it with someone who might find it useful. Commenting below, I enjoy greatly, and I appreciate your feedback, your thoughtfulness, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It helps me. And I appreciate your time and simply being here today and all the ways that you support me. So, Cancer, your overall energy for November is the Knight of Wands. And I love this for you. This is really energizing your pursuit of things that make you feel good, your pursuit of things that inspire you, your interest, your desire to grow and expand in the world is really highlighted this month. And it's interesting because I'm sensing a great release of energy. This is a way I feel of you overcoming and responding to a series of difficult emotional challenges that you have been facing in months past. Not simply you alone. Many of us, the world is going through many uncomfortable structural changes, and many of the organizations and agencies that are intended to serve us have perhaps failed. And in response to that, you are interested in ways in which the world is changing, and you're matching your pursuit to learn how the world is operating in unfamiliar areas of activity for you, unfamiliar locations as well. But you're really pursuing that desire. You're inspired in many ways by some of the changes that you're seeing. In the position for your moon, the Three of Swords. And this feels very logical given the energy I'm feeling in your current enthusiasm. This is really reflecting the past lunation in the full moon in Taurus that we just experienced, and it indeed is impacting your aspirations, your social, your humanitarian urges, your affiliations with tribes of people, with perhaps professional associations or other cancers in the world, whatever way that you vibe with groups of people in invisible ways, you are experiencing a deeper understanding of many of the limitations you've experienced in the past. You're challenging your beliefs about what love is. You're challenging your expectation of your own potential and ability to connect deeply. And you've learned a lot about that. You have experienced losses, and you're really almost to a place of gratitude in processing many of the losses and sorrows that you have experienced recently, so that you are in many ways recognizing the lessons you've gained from these. You're also to a place of gratitude for recognizing that you wouldn't be where you are. You wouldn't be in this place of inspiration, interest, curiosity, desire to grow, to move out into unfamiliar territory without the many lessons that you've learned. And you're now recognizing opportunities in places where you might have only found disappointment in the past. In the position for your sun, we have the Queen of Swords. And this is really vibing for me with the new moon in Scorpio in the middle of November. You're taking a position of being able to be in dialogue, be in conversation, to challenge your assumptions about your beliefs, but rather than simply discard old beliefs or pluck new ones to replace it, you find yourself now curious about what, in fact, your experiences were in the past. If you're now in a position of seeing those as gifts, how has this opened up the way that you once made assumptions about who you should be, what you should do, and assumptions about other people with whom you are in relation with? This is as much about opening up your value system, your appreciation of your truth, recognizing the relevance of your perception to your appreciation of the experiences of others, being in conversation, being curious about the experience of others, having real questions about some of the new ideas you're encountering and perhaps opening up to without judgment, without expectation, without an agenda. It's really truly your desire to grow and to ease your process of learning, of growth by being in conversation. There's such a thing in learning as processing ideas, and you're very much about externalizing that process of exposure to new ideas, exposure to the experiences of others, and really allowing yourself a place to listen and learn, and bringing that same opportunity to others. So you are, by detaching yourself from your feelings, able to be an advisor, a just and trusted advisor to others. Others may be seeking your counsel because of your ability to be dispassionate. In the present, the Knight of Pentacles is indicating you creating a plan, you developing an idea about a way to grow something. You're looking at developing a resource, a project, a new skill, a new service, a business, amplifying your abundance in some way. And you see a way to approach that. You're focused on your security and your stability, as well as your protection, which is always, these are always things that are innate to Cancer. Being safe, being stable, being secure. And this is something that you're looking at with a fresh eye to building something, creating something that will offer that. You're planning, and I'm not sure at this point if you're planning on your own, if you're reviewing a plan that's been in place that you're now considering in a new way, but there is some logical step, something you're developing, and you're moving at a snail's pace, which is beautiful. In the past, the Page of Wands is really opening and reinforcing this idea that you are willing to be a beginner at something. You're really interested in pursuing the things that interest you. Maybe they're your natural talents, your natural gifts or skills, things that you've always done well, in, always been interested in, always been inspired to grow and learn in this area. You're very comfortable being a beginner in that space, or simply going back to a state of enjoyment of those things when you were earlier in your life. Whether that means in your youth, in your formative years, you exercised these things that you enjoyed, things that you pursued as learning opportunities, that you are re-inspired by again, re-fired up. And this actually is motivating you to pursue new ideas, new beliefs, and be in conversation about them with others. In the future, the Five of Cups. Fives are places of tension in your emotional experience. They're also places of learning. I see this sense of loss, the sense of regret or mourning as something that you are desiring to change. This is a repeated experience. Perhaps there have been several significant losses or disappointments you've experienced, even failures. And these are things that have consumed a lot of your emotional space and actually makes clear why you are looking at this deeper understanding of your experience. These fallen Three of Cups correspond with the swords in the Three of Swords. These distinct disappointments and heartaches are something that you have been working to, addressing and responding to in a way that is enlightening you, elevating you, opening you up to this deeper connection within yourself, building this relationship with yourself that helps you connect with who you are and what your potential continues to be. No matter where you are in life, you recognize an opportunity to return to yourself in a way that is much more empowered, that is much more invested in pursuing things on the basis of deserving them, deserving the things that you desire. And that is something that you may have struggled with in the past. But you're recognizing building this connection with yourself is going to be reflected in all of your relationships. And it is something that is leading you to the things of value, the things that you want to build. It's inspiring those. It's giving you the heart and the ability to dream, imagine, and be inspired. I'm going to clarify the Three of Swords with the Queen of Cups and the Moon card. Beautiful. The Queen of Cups is very much a card that reflects your innate energy, Cancer. You are compassionate. You are able to understand the suffering of others. You're able to relate to that. You're able to be vulnerable and to open up that possibility for others. Vulnerability isn't just a thing in and of itself that you're able to do. It's not just a trick you pull. It's actually the way that you access a far greater heritage. It's a way that you can plumb into your collective unconscious, your own subconscious energies, but this wider field that you share with all of humanity, the yearnings, the needs that we all have, the desires to be loved and supported, the desires to belong. And through this ability, this powerful intuition that you have, you are reconnecting with invisible forces in your world, in your universe that know you, that support you, that applaud you, requiring you to cultivate that space of stillness and quiet within, encouraging you to experience your dream life fully, to allow your imagination, your ability to meditate, journal, to open up these bonds, the support that you have from spirit guides, ancestors, even historical or cultural figures that you resonate with. At least in my experience, I find often a lot of personal, deep connection with those. You are inspired. They resonate for a reason. And I do believe this is a powerful source of healing that you have been experiencing in your efforts to understand this experience of loss that you have experienced in the past. The Queen of Swords is clarified by the Page of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, this ability to detach yourself because you are so intuitive, you have such a rich emotional life, you are so deeply compassionate and passionate. You are opening up to your curiosity, to this ability to detach from that emotional richness that you experience and to objectify your experiences, objectify the feelings and or the beliefs and the thoughts that your experience rests on. You're challenging those in a fresh way, and those are lending you to be more and more curious, to explore the ideas that you've always invested in, but also the ideas that you're being increasingly exposed to. It's interesting that this is leading you to a place of setting clear boundaries. You're saying no a lot more. You're really putting up barriers between those who have an ongoing expectation of certain things from you that no longer serve you. Naturally, they serve others, but you're really putting a stop to that, and you're liberating yourself to act from a place of your own beliefs, your own skills, your own desires. This is you standing up for yourself, speaking out for yourself in a way that is not stressed, that is not angry, that is not even emotional. It's not hurt or wounded, but is simply the statement of fact and confidence that you are able to exude through this ability to understand better what is right for you. The Knight of Pentacles in your present is clarified by the Two of Cups and the Chariot card. Well, so this connection that in many ways is this relationship you're building with yourself, a relationship that you are recognizing is the foundation for the health of all of your relationships, is moving in a more and more liberated direction. You're clear about not needing to fix everything and everyone around you, although you are asked to do so on a regular basis, I get the feeling. Or you have been trained or conditioned that it is within your power as a compassionate, intuitive supporter, provider, caretaker, to do so. But instead now you're recognizing that those challenges always exist. You can set clear boundaries around those, and you can move much more with much greater focus on the things that provide you with your own interests, your own desires, your own alignment with what has meaning for you, the area where you can operate that is along the path of your purpose, your mission, the values that you hold as relevant. And clearly this deep connection with who you are and who you can be is the essential piece now that is lending you to building this new plan of action, this new opportunity for growth and development that has not existed in the same way before. It's interesting that this is so much triggered by an experience of loss and a recognition that the opportunities for more, for deeper, and for the pursuit of your dreams is what is emerging as most important and you are most empowered to pursue. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card, and something jumped up. Let's see what that is. It says grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I love how the cards just say it again in a beautiful way. So I'm going to pull a language of the flowers for you, which may help support you. And I pulled the calla lily, and the key word is rejuvenation, reawaken, and stand stronger. I thank you so much, Cancer, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.